a thunderous sound. Digging deep where treasures are found. The gold is black, the gold is pure. The grind is real, the pain's obscure. But we'll fight on through sweat and blood for wealth that waits in the mud. Hammer down, break the chains. In the dust we feel the pain. Through the smoke, through the flames, we'll mine the earth and stake our claim. Crush the earth, tear it apart. With iron fists we'll steal its heart. Excavators scream, hog trucks roar. We mine the depths out of ore. Wash the gold, the black and cold. Dig through the dark, we take control. With steel and fire we blaze the trail. In the blind we will prevail. Beneath the earth, a world unknown. We carve through stone to claim the throne. Washing gold in river stain, where blood and sweat have been ordained. The hull trucks roar, the engines cry as we push forward, never shy. A mountain's weight, a burden's toll. We dig the earth and take its soul. Hammer down, break the chains. In the dust we feel the pain. Through the smoke, through the flames, we'll mine the earth and stake our claim. Crush the earth, tear it apart. With iron fists we'll steal its heart. Conveyors scream, haul trucks roar. We mine the depths out of ore. Watch the gold, the black and cold. Dig through the dark, we take control. With steel and fire we blaze the trail. In the blind we will prevail. We will prevail. Tunnels deep and caverns wide. We're the miners, we don't hide. We strike the earth, we crush the stone. Forged in fire, we take the throne. Cold, blood in the dirt, we sacrifice, we feel the hurt. Metal screams, engines scream in the belly of the machine. Crush it, grind it down. Coal and gold, we own this ground. Break the stone, tear the sky. In the depth we rise, we climb. Crush the earth, tear it apart. With iron fists we'll steal its heart. Excavators scream, haul trucks roar. We mine the depths out of ore. Watch the gold, the black and cold. Dig through the dark, we take control. With steel and fire we blaze the trail. In the blind we will prevail. Scream the engines, let them howl. In the blackened earth we prowl. Mind breaking, forging fate. In the earth we dominate. We dominate.
Yo, what is going on, Dirt Nerds? That's right, we have a special day for you guys today. We have the developer with us here today. We will be talking and kind of just playing on this new little map that we kind of set up here today. This is, well, not a new map, but, you know, full plant. So we're going to be kind of just kicking back. He's going to be answering a bunch of you guys' questions. Make sure you guys, well, if you guys don't know, the update is into the beta right now. Yes, it's in beta. And it's a little bit rocky, you know, Friday the 13th. Beware, Christian does have a cold, so I really do appreciate him spending some time with us today here after being up, well, all day or all night the last couple days and weeks getting this thing going on and moving around, right? So we'll be jumping in with them here in a second. Just want to make sure that we're all linked up, synced up. We got a bunch of the guys in here. We had to reset, so sorry for being a little late, guys. Yeah. We're just chilling today here. So if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. Please don't spam the questions over and over and over again, guys. He will be picking a question and it will be popping up on the screen. He'll be addressing your guys' question and then he'll be kind of moving on. You know, obviously he's not going to answer all the questions if he can't answer something, guys. So just keep that in mind. He's going to, you know, make sure that they don't get themselves in trouble and say something maybe they shouldn't, or maybe he might say something he wants to get in trouble for. Who knows? But anyways, I'm going to jump in there with them and get to moving some material and chat about this update. So all right, what's up, guys? What's up?
Hello, dude.
Hello.
We are live, so welcome to everybody.
I'm gonna put a container over here, guys, with some tools in it for everybody, I think.
Oh yes, tools. Somebody want to run the wash plant, feed the wash plant, actually?
Yeah,
someone
I got way to do that.
Just let me know when to start.
Oh, you can start filling. You guys can start moving. I think Christian said you wanted to build a road with the grader.
Yeah. Yeah, I just stole the Dozer instead at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So, using that to see if we can push more material into this road bank.
If you guys can't hear him very well, I can always move him up a little bit. He's on a different microphone today.
Yeah, and my voice isn't where it
There you
should be
go.
either, so.
All right, there's tools in the container there for you.
There we go. We'll adjust him here a little bit, guys. We've been a little bit busy getting ready for this update here, so they've done an absolutely fantastic job at getting everything going. I mean, this is a pretty big update. How do you feel, Christian, about how much you guys packed into this update?
I'm feeling pretty happy with how much we managed to get in on just, even though the Dozers were meant to be the main attraction, we actually managed to package quite a lot of stuff for just the quality of life stuff for the buildings, or for the building system and the production system as well. So
Yeah, I think
that's always something.
I think a lot of people have been maybe a little confused. They've been like, they were like, you know, because you said there was like a lot of power additions and stuff like that, but then there wasn't anything in the Friday news about it for a while, and I know I got a lot of questions about that. So
yeah, that's one of the problems with the Friday news as well, is that I always write the Friday news, but I usually do the dirt work stuff. So then I write the Friday news about what I've done mainly, and then I add like the other stuff as a side note, if I remember what the others been up to. That's probably why.
There's a general direction for a road out that way, guys.
okay, let me adjust my sound here a little bit, guys.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, his microphone, him having the cold is a little hard for them. So
Yeah,
I'll jack it up. They understand. They get you. Okay.
deadly combination.
Yeah, deadly. That's why I was joking. It's like we either always have a windstorm or one of us is sick.
Yeah.
It's like there's always something. It never fails. It never.
Yeah, and it didn't really feel like we could, since we've waited for this so long, we couldn't really push it either when we finally managed to get everything together. So even though we're sick, we're trying to, or we are sick, I'm sick, we try to do this anyway.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know the fans appreciate it, and the time that you put into coming in, especially after a long stretch of developing and back and forth. You know, this is broken. Okay, now we got to address this. That's broken. Now we got to address that. It can be quite tedious. Sometimes I know from a tester standpoint, sometimes we'll see 3 or 4 revisions in one day, right? So, and then being on different sides of the planet, damn near, you know, they'll be waking up right as I'm going to bed, or some of the other testers, and then we'll wake up, and it's kind of like this. It does seem to work though pretty well. We get a lot of stuff done in between your guys sleeping and vice versa, right? So
yeah. But we definitely managed it, or like today when we had everything ready, and then yesterday evening when they were working on something completely different, like the modding, and then it just injected code into the dozers that made the blade not be where it needed to be, which kind of was annoying today. But
yeah, we noticed that on the showcase yesterday. We were like, what happened to the dozers? We're like, me and Grumpy are both like, I'm sad right now. What's going on?
Yeah, and I completely missed it since I didn't. I was fairly sure that I knew how well the Dozers worked. But yeah, I did not expect that.
Yeah, that was a little weird, but you guys got it here pretty quick though. Like today.
Yeah.
It was a little bit off to a rough start today, but I mean you guys got it pretty quick, and then here we are today, just kind of relaxing. So let's see
Yeah.
here. Is there any questions? Are you seeing the questions popping up or?
Yeah.
Christian has complete control over the chat, so he'll pop something, he'll click on it, and it'll pop up on the screen. So that way you guys can see what he's responding to.
That's pretty cool.
Does he play with sticks or mouse and keyboard? Currently, I'm playing with keyboard and mouse. Because oh wait, I need to.
You gotta click it.
That didn't. Yeah, that didn't pop up because I didn't click it. So.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, then there's a little thing down at the bottom where you can sweep it away. There we go.
Yeah. I play with mouse and keyboard currently because I forgot my controller at work.
If I forgot my controller at work, it'd be fired.
Yeah. Like Jesus.
We're over here putting him to work, beating him up when he's sick. Making him add fog at the last minute. How do you feel about how the Dozer and grader work versus how they used to?
Me personally, or
yeah, like you personally. How do you
I feel like they made quite a bit of like improvements over this update, and we figured out a lot of stuff that were needed and will be a huge improvement to the other vehicles as well when we get to those, like the excavators and the wheel loaders. So we figured out a lot of core issues, that why stuff was inconsistent and stuff like that. So if we now just get to have this in beta and like fine tune the like graders and stuff like that, then I think we'll have something that works very, very well in like a final state.
Yeah, to elaborate on that a little bit, it does feel like the Dozers and graders have taken a massive leap forward. Like it's night and day. I think most people in the chat can probably agree with that, right? Like chat, it's the Dozers and graders. If you play with them now, they actually feel the Dozer feels like it's doing Dozer things, right? Like the Dozer is actually pushing material, and like if I come into the Dozer over here and jump in this Dozer, before I was never able to really push material into something else, right? Like over something, or to it a little closer, like making a pay pile and pushing in. Yeah, but it feels, the difference is massive, but there's still some stuff like the graders I see now that I have nerfed that a bit too much. So you can't really move materials with it as easily as you could in the beginning of this. Like when I started to improve the grader, or like when I finished it, but yeah, during testing we saw that we might perhaps want it a bit nerfed, so it didn't move as much material. But yeah, I think I will unnerf that actually and fix. Yeah, especially between old saves and new saves.
Yeah, But we managed to get that problem solved as well in a different way. So I think we can actually buff them a bit.
I can come in here and backfill for you a little, put some more material there. It would give you a little
Damien,
straighter
raise
of
your
a,
ripper.
fill in a little bit of his divots here so we can give a nice good grade to this. There we go. Have easier time now.
Yeah. No, but I really feel like the graders and all the dirt pushing machines are coming to. They're heading in the right direction for sure. Ooh. Close one.
Put the camera on him with the sky camera here so we can grab some questions. We scroll. We have to do this one. We just have to. It's like we gotta do this one. Question. So when's the next update coming? Chat.
That's next question.
Just say soon. Yeah, soon.
Yeah.
When it's ready.
When it's ready.
No, but I hope real soon, because the reason we almost had to get this to beta is so we can just get this over with and start with the excavators and the loaders and get a lot of the fixes to them as well. Because we figured out a lot of stuff that we actually want to get to those as well.
Yeah, like we've already beat it up enough, and we were to the point where it was trying to find new things to beat up, right? So at that point, it's time for the general public to get their hands on it, right?
Yeah, because we came to the end of where it's almost impossible to find all issues in an effective, timely manner.
My wife has another question for you, and it's a tradition. If you don't remember, when are the trees gonna fall over? And where's my purple jumpsuit?
Yeah. I have an answer for one of them, but I'm not gonna disclose that.
Oh.
But the pink jumpsuit might also be coming.
That would possibly, just throwing it out there, have no clue. That'd be something part of the gear that was on the roadmap.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So the last time that we spoke about on the last podcast, we talked about possibly trains being, and I know this is one we're going to get a lot in the chat, right? It's asked all the time. Trains, that's still on the back burner?
Yeah, it's on the back burner because we want to get everything else going first. But yeah, one day.
Kind of quick fire through some of the questions that were on the last podcast, right? Let's take a look here. Let's see. If there's any that stand at you, just click on them and just go for it.
Yes. This is a quite common one. Grade control. I think that we are going to introduce this quite soon, actually, because this is highly requested. And now when we're getting all the vehicles done for it, I think that would be, now we're updating all the vehicles, I think it would be very nice to have. So soon, just like everything else.
So that would be referring to what a lot of people like to call it auto GPS or auto grade, where once you set it, it'll float automatically?
Yes.
And yeah, we were talking about that a little bit in Discord today for people that maybe don't understand why the new indicator had to come in is because it introduces anchor points all over the vehicles. And if you don't have those anchor points correct, your GPS has nothing to really follow relative to the world. The new grade indicator at the bottom of the screen is very intuitive for new players. It follows the blade properly and the chassis tracks appropriately, so that way you can dial it in as you're moving and get the ground exactly contoured kind of how you would like, which has never really been able to be done before with the bladed equipment.
Now, for example, when the grader works like intended, then with the grade indicator you can cut the road banks so easily. It's so nice to have. And that then in combination with a proper new GPS will be fantastic. To have a proper, like, I'm guessing the word is digging system for it. Like a 3D system.
Oh, like the graphing of the map, being able to see it on like a heads up and all the numbers actually mean something.
Yeah, like like in our world, digging system means a ton of stuff, but in the like excavator world, then I don't know if digging system is the correct word for it. We use it in Sweden.
It would be,
for, like,
I think general term would be a telemetry.
Okay, yeah.
So you're more outputting data on the vehicle's positioning to the world.
Yeah.
And what you just put into the game, I think more of on a world scale, it would be considered the like equipment level indicator, right? Because it does roll, pitch, pretty much the attitude, right, of where the vehicle is sitting position wise, and the blade and
yeah.
And that also kind of goes into something that's not been done before as well in the game is the side casting. People call it windrows. There's many different terms for it, but the technical term for dirt and material like gravel is side casting. We never was able to really do that before, especially with the 6-way or the grader. Now it's actually possible to do it with those machines that can tilt the blade, which I find awesome. There's nothing better than seeing the grader move down the path and then another grader right behind it shooting it even further over. And if you match the grade and you're really good with the grader, you can really show that, like, how amazing it is.
Yeah. That actually worked very well as well. Oh, that's an OSHA violation. I just ran over somebody with the D9.
Oops, my bad. I'm just sitting back here chilling, running around, flying in the drone.
Do blades touch the ground before they start cutting? Yes, although in multiplayer there might be a bit of mismatch due to it needing to be smooth for the operators. But in single player it should always touch the ground before it starts cutting.
Actually, it's only, I'm looking at it right now on the screen. It's pretty much, because I have my blade tilted, right? But if I don't tilt my blade, it's pretty spot on, dang near in MP.
Yes, but they're also the host, so.
True.
I think it's that far off performance. I think it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah. I don't think that's an issue anymore, but it definitely isn't like the perfect over multiplayer due to, well, we need the bandwidth for other things, like there's always a limit to how.
Now, it could have been if you had the earlier update, you don't have the latest hotfix. So if you're trying to use the dozer, it would seem like the blade's digging into the ground before it actually cuts. So make sure you're on the latest update too.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, there was a few hot fixes today, guys. If they do not pop up, close your Steam completely. Like completely close it out. Make sure all the processes are gone, and then open Steam back up, and you should see an update fire back up.
Yes.
You can also do a verify files. It'll oftentimes cause it to update if it's not.
If the question didn't get answered or seen, guys, you can always put the question back in the chat again, and they'll just cycle through the chat, because you gotta remember the chat's scrolling for us, so it might get lost. Just put it back in there again. It's okay. That's what we're here for today. This is here just to try to get as many questions. We're just casually chatting and playing the game, and talking about Out of Order, right? So
Yes. What do we improve on the grader, and do you plan on giving us a bigger one? One thing we want to improve on the grader during beta is the ability to actually move material more and have it be able to move more material, even though it's not really designed for it, but move more material without it getting stuck. Just in general, just buff it
I'm afraid
or
to
make
get a
it more
grader.
powerful.
My grader skills are horrible.
I see now that
Same.
I have to reset my controls because I have the controls. Oh no, the blade is. I had some old weird ass old controls, so my blade was going the wrong direction every time I tried to move it.
And these guys have done a really good job over here with the dozers and stuff. Let's see if I can remember my controls. Push this all to the side. Tilt my blade over so I can cast off to the side. Make sure my angle's not all weird.
Any plans on giving us bigger wheel loaders? No, I think we've actually managed to get the biggest one in game, so I'm not gonna say no forever, but we don't have any plans for anything bigger. Like the graders, they do have like bigger counterparts, but the wheel loader already has in game the biggest one in the world, so.
Like they had a wicked angle grade going to the outside of this road, and I just came over here and chopped it off. We have a 6-way dozer, Grumpy, spawned at all?
Yes, we do.
Can you bring that 6-way dozer back in here now and come right past the road on the right hand shoulder and cast that off to the right as well?
Underground update when? Don't worry, it's coming. The Jumbo is coming along very nicely. And the Pit Viper for that matter as well.
I remember my settings. Hmm.
See, the dozers that they have that they're using, they can't side cast. It's just a straight push, and then it comes out the side, right? So I'm coming in here and kind of straightening that line up for them a little bit. Typically, you would use the 6-way for this because the grader, it's a little bit too much of a task for, say, a grader. But the grader will get that job done too, and you can side cast it. You notice I didn't push anything else to the side. But Grumpy's coming along with the 6-way dozer here.
I won't
Tilt
clear it
that
out, of
blade.
course, it won't do anything.
What are you doing, bro? I'm going to get out of these guys' way. There's still more work they got to do with the big machine, so. Grumpy over here beating it up, chat.
Jesus Christ! Now this is beginning to be a lot like Netflix in the evening. I'm taking more time to choose what question to answer than actually answering questions.
I can rapid fire them for you, or Grumpy can filter through some, especially because if they've already been answered on the other podcasts or.
I mean, yeah, we can do that. If you're pushing steep downhill grade with a full blade, does the dirt hold the machine back? Yes. At least that's the intent. I hope it works as well. But regarding that, like holding the machine back and stuff like that, yeah, I don't know if like anything's been broken in it, but otherwise we had one developer that went full Leroy Jenkins on getting that as close to good as possible.
It does have a little bit of a wobble when pushing down here hill with the dozers. It does have like a little bit of a thing, but I'm not sure. We didn't have enough time to get into it and test it after the hotfix.
Yeah, it might be something we have to just look into and
yeah, little tweak here and there during the beta phase.
Yeah.
Christian's doing a good job over here flattening the ground. You guys can see that area that he was working on. Not bad. It hasn't even been rolled yet, and it already looks like better than it is typically once you roll, so.
Yeah. Did you know that the wiki is outdated? Yes, we do know. But we usually always update the wiki after we've done an update or something. Or simply when we have time for that, since we prioritize the game for you guys. Oh. Will there be improved prospecting and ore generation? You won't be able to set the size and depths of ore bodies, but there will be improved prospecting and ore generation for sure. And I think prospecting is coming first because having better ore generation is pretty much useless without the prospecting. So yeah.
We're getting hit with it pretty hard about the underground update. Is that part of the reason you need Unique 101 wants that before you do an underground update too? Is that part of the thing?
What did you say now, Grumpy?
Prospecting is prospecting kind of the hold up a little bit for underground mining as well.
No, the hold up for underground mining is we simply been working on other
things.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were kind of holding up that a little bit because prospecting is kind of an important part of underground mining too.
Yeah, no, it's just been that the people that were needed for the last stuff on the jumbo drills and stuff like that were working on other things.
Yeah.
Because jumbo drills and the pit viper have a ton of moving parts. Any plans on making the game harder? Yep. I think we'll leave it at that.
That can be very many things encompassing into that topic.
Yeah.
Whether
It's
it's
a
like
very wide topic as well.
yeah, it can I think that most people think economy is one of the things that I think that a lot of people are really maybe that question's more suited for, but it covers a lot of different.
Yeah, we are also stoked for the economy and just balancing the stuff, but we need to do stuff at some things. Everything has its time and place.
Yeah.
So
Do you rebalance the economy every time you change something? Because then it would be you'd constantly rebalancing the economy.
yeah, because like when we had the economy pretty balanced, and then we introduced the baggers and stuff like that, it was very much far from perfect, but it was those managed to wreak havoc on it, on the balancing as well.
Here's a question and an idea that I think it's been brought up before and maybe be interesting for us. And I see it asked by a bunch of people different times is, can we get the ability to maybe have a sell point to where they can pump things that are generated into the sell point, like bars and that kind of stuff.
Oh, the boxes?
Those are, yeah, basically the boxes on the conveyors, yeah.
Yeah, I think. Oh, Jesus, sorry. I think we have been working on that. It's just not finished yet, so that might be just a quality of life thing added to one of the updates.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I was thinking. My thought on it was, we could just add like a conveyor input on the side of the sell point, and then use it to hook it in, right? Something along those lines. But.
Yeah.
You guys need some dirt dumped down there at the bottom of that area, or are you guys just going into that ravine on the backside? Because if you need dirt, then
just wondering in which direction to take the road.
I would hook the road to the right and around the mountain. I think Damien's trying to go scuba Steve with that dozer over there, and it doesn't work that way anymore, buddy. You will be denied.
I was denied, all right.
Yup. No more dirt submarine, boys.
Yep. That's gone. It tried to resurface today, but we managed to get that.
Somebody in my comments on one of my shorts goes, "You lied to us. The dirt submarine's still here." I'm so happy. And then they got their dreams crushed again.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost had Vietnam flashbacks when I saw that it was doing tumbling again.
Me and Grumpy yesterday during the showcase, we were just like, is he trolling us right now?
Yeah.
You trolling us right now? What the hell happened?
We kind of felt it was not exactly right, but we knew it would get fixed, so we didn't go off about it because there's no point in it.
Yeah, no, and I was assured that it didn't. And nothing had broken, so I was just, well, you learn as long as you live, I guess.
I mean, and that's one of those things where it can still be pushed to the beta, right? If you know exactly what it is,
yeah,
you know, that's not like a world ending, let's push it, but obviously you want it to be as tight as possible going into the beta. But I
Yeah.
don't think most people, I think most people understand that beta is beta for a reason. It's not the live branch.
Yeah. We can grab. Does anybody want to highlight the last question from Nitro? Oh shit. Any movement on the access lift on mobile wash plant? Yes, we actually have one dude that is working on them. And we are starting to add more vehicles now to the game when we are getting the new the new style of adding vehicles into the game. Because before it didn't feel like it was a priority when we were redesigning the system. And the reason we are redesigning the system is so we can add modding, which I think also is highly anticipated.
And the version 3s actually kind of show that a little bit too, don't they? Like these dozers and graders. They have a little bit of the core. Sorry, they have a little bit of the core framework set up already.
Yeah, they are the core framework. The graders and dozers have the core framework.
Like I believe I can mod them right now, but that's because I have special commands, right? But so that means the core framework is getting close. So I know that's a little exciting for some other people, right? Like,
yes.
Like I used to do it back a long time ago, but then you guys had to remove all those functions to upgrade everything. But like whenever we were testing the, like, oh, how does the excavator feel, right? We would do it on stream.
Yeah.
Like I'd hide my screen, do it on screen, then ask the chat how they felt about it, so we could kind of tune the excavators a little bit better and get more eyeballs on it and things like that, right? So, but now it's actually the core. Some of the core framework's already there, so that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we are really excited for it because it adds up, like, we are all for being able to mod the game because it would mean that people can actually build communities and add stuff they feel is important for the game.
Yeah, it'll definitely expand the audience a lot more as well too.
Yeah, we just gotta do it the proper way so it doesn't take forever to make mods, and we don't want to be like, sorry guys, we made an update, so now none of your guys' stuff work. Congrats. Better luck next time.
So well, that's annoying to a player as well too, right? You download a mod and then the game updates and it's broken. Then you have to wait for your modder to fix it, and yeah, it's annoying on all aspects.
Yes. Jesus.
Keep seeing the question about elevators. Well, technically we have a vertical elevator that goes up, but we don't have one that goes down. So I'm sure that's something that could be added. That is going to be when.
I mean, technically, you would just drop the material.
Yeah, why not just drop it?
But in a real life scenario, you would just drop it. But in a fantasy scenario, you would conveyor it down depending on the distance dropped, right? So.
Yeah, I definitely see the point in having it. So we'll see. It's just that the guys that are building the building system are busy doing other things currently as well. So yeah, it's all part of the big secret fancy project.
Oh. That's what everybody's really here for, the 160 plus on Twitch. That's what they're really here to see. They're all just waiting.
Yeah.
They're all sitting there with like the Mr. Burns, like, oh, he's going to say something.
Yeah, hoping I'll slip up and say something about it.
T-Bone's back there. He's made 80 revolutions in his chair already. He's about ready to hit a ceiling.
Yeah.
100%.
T-Bone makes revolutions around the chair every time I open my mouth.
One thing I'd like to comment on is how effortlessly we're doing this task right now, to be honest. We're all just kind of like nonchalantly just paying attention to everything else other than the game, and this road is getting built. Like,
yeah.
When before you'd be fighting it, yelling at your, slapping your joysticks around a little bit, and all right, we'll get out of your way. So if you want, there's a slight grade on this side at the pitching. If you want to change that, I'll move on over here to this side.
Great question.
This question annoys me so much. Like,
it's Christian socks. Now we know.
yeah. No, but like that team building week, we got so much crap like done. So from a perspective, like from a production perspective, we should be out there every week. So yeah.
Yeah, the sock
But
thing
I'm
was
not
kind of
gonna-
like a deflection to the hatred. That was so weird going on. Like I've never seen so many
Yeah.
people so upset about a developer team getting together and meeting each other and having like a conference. I've never seen that in all of my years, like 20 plus years of game deving / being a tester or a paid tester. I've never seen that ever, where people got so upset about people meeting up. Like, it's such a good thing. It's
No.
such a healthy thing to do, right? Like,
Yeah, and like it's the only chance for the team to actually meet and like build connections as well.
I mean,
So,
I
yeah.
know everybody seems to think that social media is a great way to build connections with people. It only goes so far. That
Yeah,
face-to-face
no.
contact's important.
Yeah.
so did you guys like meet up and play? Like, you guys have a bunch of foam swords and you just like beat the crap out of each other?
Now we basically just met and discussed and like hopefully managed to recruit like a couple of more guys as well to the team that we really like want as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But overall, like in terms of production, it was super helpful to actually not feel like you're just stalling in the project. So yeah.
Okay, let's do some rapid fire once you're
Yeah.
these spammers out of the way here. I'll grab a couple here. Was there any plans for cruise control being added?
Yes. I think we have the controls as well for it. It's just one of those things that have slipped. I don't remember. Either we have cruise control and we don't have the controls for it, or we have the controls and not the cruise control for it. It's not. It will come. I know, and the people that doesn't need to worry because Grumpy is on us every single week about the cruise control.
It's on our list. Here we go. All right, next question. Here we go.
Every list has cruise control.
Here we go. Next
Yeah.
one. The real question of life is working mirrors.
Yeah, that's something for T-Bone. That will working mirrors will also come. I think he just hasn't decided on how we will do it yet.
Working mirrors, we don't have those because of T-Bone. I see how it is.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
now you guys know who to message. Let's spin that chair 5 more
Yes.
times, T-Bone.
That's the benefit of being the one in here. I can just deflect all the blame to somebody else. And
Let me scroll back through the Jim says, go back to that question we just said. Yeah, deleting 30 blocks, deleting over 30 blocks is annoying, so that would be a great point in having down conveyors. Scrolling back
what?
hard through the question. My DMs are now closed, he said.
Yeah.
Find a couple of these underground questions before their head implodes. Hold on. I can't scroll back that far.
Asking Scott for money to ask the question.
Yeah. We'll have to start a donation fund, I guess. Underground miners. Okay, I'll just a couple things so that you guys could probably go for them. I know, but I know this might make a lot of other people upset because they're like, oh, they hate when devs just rescale something. I know a lot of the underground miners would like maybe some of the underground equipment to be smaller or maybe a little bit bigger. Is that potential that you guys could do for them to give them maybe a little bit more instead of just one size and that's it?
I think we should do more stuff like that. And like rescaling is like it's necessary because like we can give you 3 vehicles instead of 1 for the same amount of time basically. Rescaling takes almost no time in comparison to actually building it from scratch again. So yeah, I think we can do that. But it will be rescaled stuff for the underground. And it's not like the underground won't get any new stuff either. Or like they already will get the jumbo drill and stuff like that. So
I mean, the biggest problem though is if you rescale, you have to make sure any handrails are scaled correctly.
yeah.
Wait, a bolt can't be the size of a player's head?
Yeah.
See here. This was one that I kind of been talking about in the community quite a bit, and it kind of goes with the underground a little bit. Have you thought about the rework needed for explosives when the jumbo comes? Also resize underground. One of the things I've kind of talked about before is underground players kind of get a little screwed with the way that the current explosives work because it's more of like a radius in, around, where they need more directional blasts, maybe possibly adding in new explosives that are only directional facing. That way it doesn't just shatter everything around the whole cave and convert everything from solid rock.
Yeah, I haven't given it much thought because I think it will be relatively easy to solve when we get to that.
Yeah. It's just the conversion cone, right? Or something, yeah, around that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I could see how annoying that would be underground where you're digging through solid rock and then you blast and the huge radius just converts everything, right?
Yeah. But I'll see if we can make Scott happy.
No, that's never going to happen. Trust me, it'll just
no,
be more.
I know, but
it'll just be more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's one from Schultz here as well, and I've seen this pop up a few times in the chat. I'll grab it before it goes away.
Dynamic of flowing water in a yeah. I think it's a possibility. We have discussed a few ways to do it, but we're gonna have to finish some other projects that we have started before we tackle that one. Whenever I mention it, more than one chair is spinning like uncontrollably.
Oh, mine's always spinning about water. I had to stop. Oh,
No.
take that, Wacy.
What are you doing?
Fixing your pad.
What about dynamic lighting? You might have to explain this a bit more. Do you mean in caves?
Well, dynamic
Because we have
lighting
a ton
is
of...
technically not the right term.
No, because in industry term, dynamic lighting is the only thing we have. Which is the only thing you don't want, to be honest.
Yeah. You have quite a few different light source actors in a world.
You basically want a world that doesn't move and few light actors, which doesn't work very well when we have excavators with a ton of lights and then a world that constantly changes shape. So yeah. Hit, you want to take this one?
And please get rid of the fog. No one likes the fog. Best part of this update, boys. Let's go. It's already been there. There's a fog setting. You can change it. You guys doing? There's already been a video out for like 3 days about it.
Yes, the new settings are normal or normal, more fog, even more fog, and you can't see. Now, what is it? Is it 4 settings? Quarter,
None, quarter, half, and full. So,
yeah.
well, yeah, you got to keep in mind, not all the maps are the same. So this is an older map, and the fog is way less than the Scandinavia map. Scandinavia, a lot of people are playing on Scandinavia or Iron Mountain Pit. Their ambient fog is ferocious, and a lot of people are like, "Why does the game look so gray? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? You know, why can't I see at all what's going on?" You don't really see it on this map as bad, but on those other maps, it is definitely quite a bit. So it'll give you also more of a true color as well to the game. You know, it's not as noticeable on these. Great quality of life fix if you're playing on Scandinavia or Iron Mountain.
I'm gonna cover this one real quick. The fix for the double hoppers was based mostly a visual fix with the dropping. You weren't actually losing material with the visual falling dirt that you would see. But there was an issue where if you had multiple types of materials in a hopper, it would output the extra to the right-hand lane. That's also been fixed. So no, you weren't technically losing any material.
Yeah, it's not in the general setting. It's in the graphic settings now. If you watch my update video, it's got changed.
What about the player models being like bricks with machines? Can you... I don't understand that question. Does somebody else understand it?
Which one is it?
Players being like bricks for machines. So if a player stands on a machine,
Oh, yeah.
it causes weight issues and so on.
Ah, okay. Good question.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough one.
It's not a super easy fix. Yeah, it's not a super easy fix for sure.
Yeah, like if I jumped on top of his thing right now, it might start acting weird, or it might not, depending on the equipment.
Yeah.
Like, see, the roller's okay. If I come over here,
It's more noticeable in trucks than anything.
Yeah, Dozers, graders seem to not really. It's a lot of it's like loaders or excavators. It seems like whenever.
Well, this might actually been something that Simon has fixed, and because since some of these actually, yeah, this might actually be fixed since it works for graders and dozers.
That would act weird too, if he jumps on that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also too, the character's sliding now off the vehicle under me, so it actually, he might have actually fixed it.
Yeah, I know he spent a lot of time on something like that.
I mean, all the movement's pretty much wasty over here. But I mean, he's in Europe too.
Screw it up, Rick.
Yeah, let me jump on your bucket. Hold on here. Damn it. Let's see if I can.
I want to ask a question though. What do people think about the new the roller actually compacting stuff?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now it's.
Can we get a bigger roller?
Yes. Don't stand.
Yep.
Don't stand on the boom. Don't stand on the boom.
Don't stand in the bucket.
The bucket, yeah, the bucket's a little bit of a problem, but it seems like it's maybe better for other things. Let's see what happens if Velcro runs his truck.
Dog pile on Velcro.
Seems to be doing all right. Maybe he did work stuff with it.
Is the blade rework something you needed to get sorted before implementing the draglines to the games? No, this ties into the fixing what we have before we implement more stuff.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, and just in general swapping out to the new like base stuff before we make any more things. Since we want to teach people how to, like, more team members to make equipment. It makes sense to teach them on the new stuff, not the things that is going out the door.
Yeah, I think that's a good question here in the chat. That's a good statement yet. I couldn't use the roller yet. Still having tears in my eyes of joy while using the dozer. It's so good now. We've had that problem for like the last 3 weeks. Grumpy and I, every time we go to do anything else in this world, we just end up caught up dozing things into holes. I don't.
Yep.
like Grumpy, what just happened to the last 6 hours of our life? And we just don't even save it. We're just like, yeah, I was just having fun pushing dirt around now.
Yeah, but the same goes for us as well, to try and not, because I actually started to fiddle around with the excavators as well, because you so badly want them to be as good as the, like, I want to get the same improvements for those, but then like, oh, I have to release this first before we actually touch that.
You know, one good thing about doing it that way, though, is you might see what people like versus what your thoughts are about how something should act.
Yeah.
So, yeah, more feedback can always be helpful.
And one of the things that I didn't have time to implement, because I couldn't quite get it to work like I wanted, is just improvements to the paver.
Oh yeah. You know, it would be kind of nice if the paver had a little bit, and maybe chat can tell me if it's stupid or not. Hear what I'm about ready to say. They're already gonna say it's stupid. But it would be kind of nice if the paver did lift up a little bit the ground and had a little bit of a change. So that way, if the ground was a little jank, that would be the final solution to fix anything that the player maybe had that was a little off.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I can't really decide is, should the grader be kind to, no, not the grader, the paver. Should the paver be kind to you and always keep it level? Or does that bite you in the ass because you want it to be accurate to where you actually have the screed?
That is actually a very great question for chat right
Wait.
now. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I all of a sudden I just turned like Boston all of a sudden. Like I have this weird Boston accent all of a sudden. Who's
Yeah.
testing?
But technically, don't most pavers allow them to change the grade as they lay
Well,
it
yeah,
down?
it feels a little
Yes.
bit more. It feels a little bit more in. Yeah. So
Yeah.
technically, it is doing that.
Yeah. But do we want the screed to be accurate or kind?
Yeah. So what he's saying, Chad, is like if the ground isn't like ultra level, it'll make it ultra level as the final pass after you've done your grader and your stuff like that. So is it kind to you, or is it super accurate? So is it arcadey or is it ridiculously RP sim? Like, I guess that's kind of the way to put it, chat. So spam it in chat. That way he knows. You know, like let him know. He's right here. Let him know what you guys think about that.
Like I know that the screed is adjustable. We have it adjustable in the game, but it do we want the asphalt to follow the screed correctly? I think the answer is yes. Because
I
like
mean, that's kind of how it works in real life. It actually lays down something,
Yeah.
and then you compress. The roller just compresses it, right?
Yeah, like like I see now that when I've made the grader be more kind, it actually takes a lot of satisfaction out of it and makes it even harder in a way to drive or operate, because you can't actually get the correct grading that you want because it's just kind, not accurate.
Yeah, a little bit more towards the accurate since the update was.
No.
It's a little too nerfed, I would say.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening when it's a little too nerfed is, from what I noticed, is like when you're going to correct that grade, you'll push your blade down. Naturally, you'll want to push it down more, right? And then therefore you've overcompensated and caused a problem before the actual material has been able to change for you. So then you're always auto correcting, right?
Yeah.
And then therefore you're leaving dimples and bumps and humps, and it's not,
I wonder if the grader needs to start casting material quicker, so the blade.
Yeah, it needs to do that.
I would say, and maybe chat can. I think the current thing is it's not casting fast enough, and too much hump buildup under this this carriage is right here too fast. More casting, less buildy up right in this area.
I think the buildy up isn't a problem. I think we can have it buildy up. But it needs to be able to handle the buildy up.
Yeah, it needs to be able to, if it casting, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the 6-way Dozer's the same too. It might feel like it needs more side casting when it's tilted. Six-way could use some more side casting.
Do we want a paver and some asphalt?
I mean, yeah, throw it down, bro. And then I guess that would really kind of give everybody kind of like an idea of, should it follow the back end of the grader better for flattening? Because I know a lot of people are saying RP full simulation, right? But then I also see the other side where people are like, I just want to make things look nice, and the RP simulation is too much, right? So you see a lot of people that just want to come in and play and have fun, and I can see both sides of the argument, because it's a difficult choice for the devs, right? Like that's a very hard one. Because what if you're not skilled and running heavy equipment, but you want to play and have fun. You don't want to eliminate those players too, right?
Yeah, no.
So it's a very hard choice, and it's finding that right balance in the game. And everyone's general, their thing that they jump to is, everybody always jumps to the, we'll just make an option for it. Well, then technically you're building 2 or 3 different games at the same time, right? And that can be very tedious and very difficult, and then it slows them down between their updates. Like, if you were doing that for this update, just think of how long it would have taken you to get this update out. If you had to make an option for all the different type of players, it would have extended the process massively.
Yeah, and like making a tutorial later for that would have been impossible, since you have different modes and just making, yeah, no. Options is good, but yeah, no.
Options can always
Sometimes
come
you have
later.
to, like,
Yeah, it can always come later,
Yeah.
right?
yeah. And sometimes what seems like a good idea to add as an option might actually be more hurt. Like, it might actually be more damaging than not to add it.
So, Wasey, how's it been feeling to have them dump a pay pile here and actually have it be able to feed a wash plant like this?
It's alright. It's alright. It's good. Can you flatten the area in front of me? Can't be like built a mound in front of me and I can't move.
Not
Or we just ruined
heresy.
ruin the pay pad over here. Let's see how it is.
Thank you.
5.
Yeah, too
Can't be
much
bullying me.
too much arcade can be a bad thing in mining simulators. It can be a very bad thing, but it can also be a very profitable thing for the developers, because everybody rushes in, they sell millions of copies, and they leave just as fast as they came, and the developers are going, hell yeah, we got the money to fund 3 more games now. Right? So it's a very lucrative thing, but it's not a legacy thing for games. Like, a legacy game to me as a player is, I want to see them build it, but then continue to build up to a point where they go, okay, we have to build a new version now, because there's so many new features into the industry that they can use to then make, say, a number 2. Right. So, but they've already built all their core mechanics. They've already built all the way the game kind of handles, but there's new technology to use now, like Unreal, all the different updates in the plugins, physics changes. You don't see that in the industry anymore. You don't see legacy games that just last because it's not profitable. It's just not. Let's just be honest. It's not profitable.
You have a lot of stuff that the industry, like the gaming industry, shouldn't be proud of.
Yep. Fully agree.
Because a lot of times also the licensing fees are built on the expectation that you will make a game, push DLCs for it, and then abandon it and make a new one. Like,
I mean, 100%. I'll say it so you don't get in trouble. I'll say, and this is from me. I've been in the industry for a while. I've seen a lot of development companies. Most DLCs are built before the game's even launched. They lie to the players that the DLC was made on their requests. It's already been made before the game even launched. They were just slowly fixing it, and then they're just trickling it out to the players. They're already working on a new game before those DLCs even come out. They're already on to the next project. It's all time released. GG, fixed a couple bugs. They put like 2 or 3 people on the project, and they move on.
All marketing. It's all marketing tricks.
It's all
They're
marketing.
tricking you.
It's a horrible industry practice, I think, that's ruining games. And this is coming from me. This has nothing to do with how out of war devs feel about this. Is 100% Split in Two's feeling about this. And no, I dislike publishers. I think they ruin video games. I think they take away the creativeness of the developers who build the game in the first place. And that's why I'm a pro DLC fan, as long as it's done right. I'm a huge fan of supporting developers when it comes to paying for, certain assets, as long as the game and as long as they're doing the work to deserve it. But that's my stance on DLCs. I don't want my money to go to a publisher or some dude that doesn't care about the video game. I want my money to go to the guys that are building the game, that still have jobs, that still have, you know, that
Yeah.
it's a heart and soul project. But nor would I be upset at you guys if you were like, someone came in and offered you like $10 million for your game, right? Like, because you know, you want to see people do well, and it's a hard thing and it's a hard decision, but you know, I think you guys have done great. I think you guys have done good, you know. Game has
Well,
definitely
we're still
grown since I've
independent,
started
so
playing it for 5 people.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, we still have a long way to go before it's where we like the original goal.
I know you get asked this a lot sometimes. What was the original goal of the game, and why is it not early access?
I'm gonna have to think about this for a while just so I get this correct. But the original goal with the game was to, since I've basically spent a lot of time fiddling around as basically an indie developer, the original goal was just like to get something out of all the hours and years that I spent fiddling around. Like, this is a workable little fun little project that we can put on Steam, and then at least we have something to show for all the years and hours. And that was basically it. Like, we don't push it as a early access because we know that, or I knew that once this goes live, we will fix some issues, but we won't add any features or anything to it. So we won't pretend that it will get added stuff by doing it as an early access. But then the project really took off, and people wanted us to add stuff, and the community grew, and then we're like, well, we might have to actually continue doing this.
Yeah, it's kind of lead me into it was the game came out the gate a little on the weird side, right? It came out, had a lot of exposure, and then it kind of went down to like this grassroots movement style, you know.
Yeah.
It was very weird, and that's I could imagine how. Oh.
Yeah.
That just happened.
I think a small truck may need a little help on its dumping zone there, Christian.
Yeah.
Shovel crew.
Yeah, so usually the driver gets to shovel when he does that.
Hit the crater or Dozer?
I think that solved it pretty nicely.
You know, I wonder. We'll get back to the grader, the paver question. Now, this is a prime example to look at what it's doing right now. The real question is, paver operator would never try to pave that in real life, right? So should the machine compensate the grade when it's realistically the player's fault that the grade is so bad before coming in to do the job? Realistic expectations for the outcome, I think, is maybe what the players might not be expecting out of your game. That they need to put that fine ability and tuning and all those things in, and that work on your end. And us as players, I know for me, I'm not going to cover for you guys. It was hard to do these things before today. It was very hard, right? It was very hard to get a grade that's decent. It was very hard to do those things, right? And now it's much better. It's much better. The one thing that I think a lot of players, I've seen a lot of it in my comment sections over the last couple of days for these videos coming out, is will the game get to the point where we can make the road bed and get it the way we want it, and then we can spread gravel, then grade the gravel and smooth the gravel out? I mean, you can kind of simulate it now, but it seems, you know, it almost seems a little maybe pointless.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we need to get the paver to work in harmony with the grader.
And yeah, grader and roller, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the paver can adjust for slight grades, or you sometimes you actually pave a grade into something
Yeah.
too. So it's
Yeah,
not it's not unrealistic. I think
no.
the main thing is maybe to have a. I mean, I think there's a combination you can have there that'll work to be okay. Where you get a little bit of both.
I think.
I
guess maybe
we combine. I think we should make it accurate, but then add the auto level thing that people have been requesting.
Yeah. I think the auto leveling after, I think the auto leveling and auto GPS will definitely be something for players that have a very hard time controlling their equipment. Therefore, it'll make the game feel more intuitive. Therefore, it'll make all these things that we're talking about kind of disappear a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Also, did you guys change? I don't think you changed the roller from being spherical to flat. Have you guys?
No. I discussed, but this cold managed to get the best of me.
Okay.
So we discussed our way to solve that, but the roller will have to be a later thing.
Another update, okay. Because I think that would help with the curvature of pulling out of grade off of angles, and yeah, it would definitely kind of solve that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dump box on that's got to be.
Yeah, it's not wide enough.
Needs a little love.
Yeah.
I mean, the first step just came out today into the beta, which was more fine grade control with the graders and the dozers and side casting and pushing. We have a lot of players right now that haven't even used this, and they're coming in and they're already putting in a road that looks with very little effort, right? Like a couple of these guys have like really no dozer experience. They have no, and it's, I would say it's looking pretty decent for what it is, but there's many other things and tweaks and changes. Like you guys also do a lot of other little tweaks based upon like you're saying earlier about like, oh, maybe add a little bit more side casting. That would happen during this beta process, right? Like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll add a little bit more side casting here before this thing goes live. Which, how long? I don't think you've ever said publicly how long, or if you want to, how long do you generally let something sit in beta before it goes live? If you don't want to answer, that's okay.
That entirely depends on a ton of things, to be honest.
Yeah.
Depends on how well it plays, how much we see that we can make improvements, and like in general, when people stop asking for stuff, then you know that it's like, okay, now it's ready for live. Or just in general, when you know that the live version is much worse, it makes no sense to have it as beta. Like, even if you're not 100% finished with it, why should you keep it as beta if what it replaces is still better? Or, I didn't say that right. Why keep it as beta when what you're replacing is much worse?
Yeah, far superior. Yeah. That means, guys, everybody that's out there watching that's playing, the best thing you guys can do to help them get through that process faster is everybody always asks to be internal testers. You guys should be really helping out during beta. Beta is where you're needed the most, to be honest. Beta, by doing this, something weird's happening, hit escape, go to community, go to report a bug, go to the browser, follow the instructions. Leave a very nice, detailed, little quick what the problem is. If you can recreate the problem, do it. Short, simple, and a little bit of grammar. Just a little bit. Don't need much. As long as you can, they can read it, just a little bit.
Yeah.
This
but
is
grammar
where
isn't as important as actually explaining what the issue is. Because if you just write, have issue, please fix, it's very hard to actually fix.
Fix your game.
Yeah, fix your game. It sucks. Like, Like, that's not helpful. Like, I don't like this. Fix your game. It's crap. I'm sure you guys get a lot of stuff like that. You know, like
It's
Oh,
all
yeah.
wrong.
efficiency.
We actually don't get that much, but
Okay,
yeah.
thankfully they just put that in the Steam forums.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I'll poke a little fun at him.
Your truck is not any better. Lies. I was told lies.
Lies.
Yeah. The EU truck is the same, so that makes sense. The difference between the EU and the American truck is purely visual. So
I think another thing to kind of push out there for everybody too is that your design process is never, you're constantly always trying to make everything better, but you're not going to go with the Dozer and do this big giant Dozer push and then it doesn't, guys have never really done that where you all of a sudden you're like, okay, now we're gonna spend another 3 months on the Dozer, right? Like, no, you're gonna move to something else and then you're gonna let the player base like stew in what's there, and that's how you get better ideas. That's how you compile this new what everybody wants and how it should be changed. And then all of a sudden, hey, look, now I'm just calling them version 3 Dozers, right? From the ball to then what we had and to this. So I'm just calling them V3.
yeah.
So this is like this is like a version 3. And now your guys are saying this works very well. Let's move into version 3, everything else. Right? And well, what's version 5 or what's version 6 going to look like? And should we be too nitpicking on every little thing? I think no. I don't think so. I think that from a player standpoint, we should be a little bit forgiving because you guys are developing things that aren't in other games, or a modding team has been working for years to recreate, right? For a game that has modding abilities. That's hard for a small team to recreate that, right? Especially on everything.
It takes time.
It takes a lot of time.
Takes time and experience, and you got to experiment on stuff. Find out what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah. Sorry, Graver, but it is actually just visual, and I won't say luck, but it's inconsistency, I think, is the correct word. The fact that Grumpy can't actually reverse a truck.
I'm not getting blamed for this.
Yeah, I think it's just grumpy.
Fix your game, Christian.
Chat. I think it's a grumpy issue, right? Like yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a grumpy issue, chat. Right.
Definitely
Right.
grumpy.
100% grumpy issue.
Yeah.
Screw you guys.
Here it comes. Get ready.
By chance, is there any way to make the paver like out a straight line instead of jagged?
See, grumpy issue.
Yeah. No, sorry. The jagged stuff is actually something we might have to live with for a while, because that's a core issue.
Yeah, that's a core issue.
Just like you see how the dirt is jagged compared to the grass.
It's a very long technical conversation on why that does what it does.
Yeah.
It's a very, there's a lot of we could literally be here for like 2 days talking about it. There's a lot of things in that. So.
Oh, good. I can at least use the grader now, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I need a lot of practice in the grader, to be honest. But I definitely like what the capability of it is now. And the 6-way Dozer. Oh, it's so nice to be able to pitch the blade all the way to one side and not have it cast to that side, so you can follow like a Dozer and clean up its side cast. And then the Dozer that comes back through again can push up against that side cast and take it and move it, and then you can just keep moving the material to one side. You can do the same thing with the grader now. Once you get your road nice and flat, you can just come back through and push.
Yeah.
Here, let's see here. Let's go through a couple. Do we have custom signs,
gonna-
markers, stakes, labeling, and spray paint added?
I don't know how many times I've actually said yes to this question.
I know.
So I'm gonna say yes, but yeah, keep that in mind, Slim with Jim, that I've actually said yes to that quite a lot. So
I mean,
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I see a lot of questions in the chat that literally are the same thing that was just asked, but just they reworded it different to get you to say it again. So come on, guys.
Yeah.
We know what you're doing. We get it.
something I thought about, and you probably already thought about this too, Christian, is what if you just had like different sized billboards people could just assign different images to, just like the image of the company logo. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem with that is that we have multiplayer, and transmitting the pictures, the custom stuff, is actually very, very expensive. So adding a ton of those into the game will cause issues for you. But typing like Minecraft signs is something we considered.
We've actually moved quite a bit of material.
Are you out of material?
No, fuel trucks.
Fuel truck. You don't need fuel. What are you talking about?
You don't need no fuel around here on this mine site.
Kind of do.
Oh, you got a nice little.
That's all. I'm on empty.
Nice little PayPal you got going here for the wash plant.
Yeah, do you want to run this for 2 seconds while I have a quick break?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fuel truck.
You need fuel as well, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I see how it is.
Oh.
Here, you want to run this, Bo? Yeah, by the way, it's out of fuel. Great. I've done this a few in my life here.
Well, if you can get your bucket over here and refuel or not.
I don't know. I don't have my HUD on. Turn it on. Here we go. Hold on.
Oh, guess what? You still can't fuel it because there's no fuel in it.
Yeah, hey, come on. Where's my fuel, dude?
They just asked for a fuel truck. They didn't ask for fuel.
I asked for both.
I mean,
I want some fuel.
If you buy a fuel truck, you don't expect to get it filled.
When I buy a new car, it comes with a full tank of gas. What are you talking about?
Where do you buy your cars?
Any place around in the U.S., that's the way they come.
Not always.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's get that fuel in.
Then you don't know how to negotiate properly, because I guarantee you, if you buy a car from them, they'll fill your gas tank.
Yeah, I'm just happy I don't have to push it out of the dealership.
You just gotta be more demanding.
Yeah.
There we go. Now I can take the fuel. Yeah, deletion loss with the Dozer, big love on that. What would you guys say in the chat? How much deletion do you guys think is there versus what it was? I'm saying we probably delete maybe 80-something% less material now.
Like we're only losing maybe 10 to 15%, maybe. And it depends on how you use it. I'm not even sure it's all that much.
yeah, you still lose some, because when I made it so that it was 1-to-1, then you actually almost went crazy trying to push something.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason in the mines why they run the dozers like 3 shifts.
This wash plant fed a little bit here. We're actually not
Doesn't seem to
producing
be.
much tailings
Yeah.
because, well, we're running pay dirt, so there's not a lot of tailings, right? There's actually no tailings in pay dirt. There should be, but
There's a tiny bit.
well, that's because we're
I mean, there's a
mining
little
it.
bit of rock over here.
Yeah, we actually placed a little bit of rock in there to kind of simulate that. But that would be kind of nice actually for the gameplay that we're playing. Would be pay dirt has tailings, a little bit of tailings produced. So when it goes through the trommel, it will put out tailings out the back a little bit.
Let me remove too much dirt here, so we're not actually pumping water on our pump anymore.
Oh, oops, my bad.
It's like, that used to spray water. Why doesn't it spray water? Now I know.
Yeah, any questions you see there, just smash them in.
Yeah.
Quite a few people watching today. Thank you guys very much for being here today, guys. Sorry we can't really give you guys everyone keeps asking me like, when's the next podcast? When's the next podcast? It's very hard to give you guys the dates because we don't know typically, because every time we've always tried to plan them, everything just explodes. So, and that's the honest truth about it. So it's very on the fly. A couple days before you'll see me go, and I was talking with T-Bone about it today. He's like, how did I not know when it was coming out and you did? What the hell? He's like, I was like, oh, we kind of knew, but so it's not a guaranteed thing. Like they could do something and it could just break, and then it's got to be tested, and so I really do appreciate the time that Christian that you put in to coming in and hanging out and answering questions, and I know you do it in Discord all the time too. So
yeah, no problems.
fun to see a dev actually play his game. I think that's what a lot of people have always told me. They love just seeing you actually playing the game because they never see devs playing their own game. Or when they talk about it, they don't even have any clue what they're talking about, right? Like, they're like, yeah, sure, dozers are supposed to act that way. Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, what's that machine called? A forklift? No, that's a front end loader, okay?
Or they continue to feed dirt into a wash plant and letting that in it for a half hour.
So I know a lot of these guys really appreciate your time and coming in and answering some of the questions. And if any of the questions were ever missed, guys, and stuff like that, you can always join Discord and ask in there. If you guys have a suggestion, please use the suggestion thing on Discord. And like I said earlier, if you guys have bugs, definitely report them in game. If you just throw them in a random Discord channel, they're probably going to get lost over time. And it's hard to kind of go back and reference them. It's not to say it's impossible, but you kind of have to catch Christian and those guys at the time of seeing it. And that's you shouldn't be really just spamming them constantly. Just make sure you guys use the proper channels to report your bugs. And that way they can log them and the team can hammer them out, right? So this is a community effort to help this game, guys.
Yeah, but the ad spamming isn't annoying. The most annoying thing is when somebody DMs you with a simple "Hey," you're like, okay.
Oh, when it's just hi.
Yeah,
It's just hi. You're almost waiting for the oh hey, I'm a graphic designer. Would you need me to do some graphic design for your work, your project? You're like, damn it.
No, but I don't know how many times I've been like, oh, he's just very kind, so I'll just respond with "Hey" back, and then you get no response. I'm like, okay, And then it goes like 2 weeks, and then you get another, hey? Like, what the fuck? Do you have a question or not? Or like, do you want to have a conversation or?
Yeah, that's so unique, I think, in the gaming industry that people, when it does happen, they don't expect it or really don't even know what to say at that point.
Yeah, I don't know how to handle it when it actually.
Wait, he responded to me? Is this a bot? Like, that's what I get from me when people DM me. Like, wait, are you real? You're actually responding to me? Yeah. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, it's kind of, it is very rare. Grubby's right. It is very rare nowadays to people actually, especially with like all like the autos chat responses and things like that.
Oh, here's a good question.
Yes.
When are you going to add an AI chatbot?
Oh gosh.
Whenever we sell it to Microsoft, the AI bot is going to be prioritized. Any thoughts on getting a rally car in the game, like a Saab 96? I can get. We might add a rally car for just lols, but since when is a Saab 96 a rally car?
Oh. Oh, we went there.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, regarding Microsoft, we actually did find an issue regarding. I swapped to a new laptop, and I think we'll need to make a forum post about this. Default Microsoft 11 now comes with the ability, or like I think they sell it as an ability. Basically, it prevents DLLs from actually being created, which will cause the joysticks and stuff to not work.
Oh. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
And it's called something like safety screen, or I don't remember what it was, but that will be an issue for people.
Apologies.
Who puts a small hopper on this wash plant? Got old Blindy up here loading this thing.
You said you wanted a tiny one on there to aggravate Christians, so that's what I did.
He saw the hopper and he was like, nope, not doing it. I will say this right now. If you guys have ever loaded a wash plant like this in real life, it is the most boring job to do for 12 to 14 hours a day. I don't care how much you love heavy equipment. Like,
yep.
It is boring. You will fall asleep.
I actually had like a new guy, like I don't know what it's called, like a student with me one time when I was running equipment. And I was like the dude wasn't really old enough to operate the stuff. I was like, we were gonna track it down like a road, like a really long road. I was like, this is the perfect opportunity. Because I knew it was boring as shit. So I was like, you'll drive. And I'll just go get the car. and I thought
6 hours later.
I think it was like 2 hours or something. and when he was finally there, and I was like, did you think it was fun? I was like, no. Like, okay, that didn't. Like, I thought since he was new, he would actually appreciate it, but he was like, no, that wasn't fun. So I felt bad and had to let him operate the rest of the day as well. It's like, to actually compensate the poor guy. should we address the question though? Let's finish mining and geology mechanics before add we. Oh, sorry.
You want to fill the wash plant? Go check on the road. Check on the road.
Let's finish mining and geology mechanics before you add weird stuff. The question though is, will we ever finish mining and geology?
That's one of those ever expanding things.
Yeah.
As well, right? Like, cause can it ever not be finished when you're always trying to improve the game every time, even if you just updated something?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the question.
And on top of that, not everybody's working on the same thing all the time. So sometimes you'll get people who finish a task and that can be implemented. And
Yeah, and sometimes also you get where like people is like, okay, so I'm waiting on tools that somebody's building. So now I have 2 days that I can't do, that I'm basically landlocked in what I'm doing. Then they might get like, add this fun stuff or add this fun thing. And then you might end up with a porta potty on tracks.
Huh?
Yes. Why not?
Hey, what?
Oh, I love it. Oh,
I'm not saying nothing. No.
Oh, maybe want to see it because I want to hear the rage.
That's what I think everybody's waiting for. I'm just like, I'm gonna go hide over here. Okay? I'm gonna go hide over here. We'll just go sit over here and pick a couple rocks around at this point. Oh, is it just because you're dumping too much, or is it like what's the?
No, it's the dumping is too widespread, so it misses the paver.
Okay, gotcha.
It's one of those things we need to
So it almost like the tailgate needs an option with a little teeny thing that opens up T-bone, and you can control just that.
We just had a tailgate option.
We just had a tailgate option.
Yes, I think I can hear the chair going supersonic now, to be honest.
I mean,
in about a couple of hours.
What would be a great? I mean, it's not needed. But what would be great is like you could back this up to that and attach it to the paver, and then it would actually like move forward with the paver, right?
Yeah.
I have a really.
But it's not really needed. But it's a neat idea.
I'm gonna say it right now. Do you ever? You can just say next question. Do you ever hate when people, not in a bad way or negative way, do you ever dislike when people are like, did you just make it like farm sim? Or is that like you can pull it off? Like how does a developer feel about those things, right? Like,
how do you mean make it like farm sim?
Like when someone says, like, for instance, we'll use the truck as an instance. Truck has like the tipper and then has the option where you can change it to where it opens up just a little portion. You can spill it out, or like farm sim, so to speak, like a tipper option.
Like I
like side load versus like the tailgate tip.
But like I don't I don't care in the slightest if we're getting compared to competitors. We have to be compared to something. So we'll just try and do our best and see how we can keep up or go past them.
That's it. I honestly think that's a great answer because honestly, a player, I look at it like music. Video games are like music to me. And you have to gain inspiration from someone. Everything's already kind of been done already for the most part. How do you not, we'll use the word copy. How do you not use something that inspired you and try to make it better? Isn't that the whole point of like music or video games or trying to be innovative? And sometimes things are going to overlap. I think that's a good answer. Like, how do you not, right? Like,
yeah. And some things like like for instance, the controls, those we took from, or not took from, but we sort of
Inspired.
mirrored them compared to inspired compared to farming or from farming, because it's what many people know. We inventing those by ourselves wouldn't make much sense, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
even though we might.
Why reinvent the wheel when you already have something that you know majority of your player base already uses and is already comfortable with? That's more of a respect to the industry and the people that are in your genre, right? Like, that's kind of how I look at it. But that's why I was like, kind of get your take on how you feel about that dev, right? Like, I know if I was
Yeah.
Farm Sim, I would be honored that everybody looks, or the gamers look at these other games and go, could you make that like Farm Sim-esque? You know, like,
Yeah.
that's just a respect thing to another game that does something so well over so many years, right? Like,
Yeah. But it's like, how many games doesn't, like, I know I might be speaking out of my hours, but I'm guessing that like Super Mario had jump with X first.
yeah,
Like, how many games doesn't have that? And why would you have
exactly.
it on something else? Like,
Yeah, so it's like, where are you just, copying, or, we'll use the word stealing. I don't think that that's the case in music, because that's where creative comes from, is inspiration, and you're gaining things from here or there. You're taking this and you're smashing it into your own thing. Like I'll say it. I don't think, with this new system with the dozers and graders, I don't think there's any game that has the deformation value in the amount we can deform in any game. All the other games are way too arcadey compared to what Out of War offers, as far as digging or trenching or now grading and dozing. Chat can tell me if I'm completely wrong, but I don't think so. Even Terraform mod, we'll discuss all those. Construction, I don't think they do. Right? I really don't think that they have the dynamic ability to change the terrain to close to what we want.
no, but we'll try
So
our
on the
best.
other hand, if they do upgrade, are they copying you guys? And does it even matter? No. I think the answer is no.
No,
It's like,
yeah.
it's been talked about in programming for 20 plus years. Because you use a bubble sort when you're sorting through a list of things, does that mean you're copying somebody, or are you just using something that's been used for decades now and
Standard.
it's a standard?
Yeah.
At some point, you just deal with it.
Yeah.
Everything is physics.
And you gotta be able to handle criticism as well without like being offended, because that won't get you very far.
Nope.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot to be able to do something. Like, I think the excavator, before we got it to even work remotely good, I think it was like attempt 300 or something. Attempt like 350 something. And now we're talking like back in 2022. But just to actually feel that, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna try a version 200, like 334. Like, that indeed work. Well, let's try version 335 then. I don't know how, like it's either insane behavior or but you just keep going until it either works or it doesn't, or it doesn't work.
I know this has been asked a bunch today. I think it was covered in last talk too. Is there automation of gym cutting and stuff? I know you covered it and said it's coming, but like always, it's a question of when, right?
It's if the players knew what the people that could do the gem cutting is working, or like if the people knew what the developers that would be working on the gem cutting is actually working on, I think they would be more than pleased.
What you're
But we
saying
can't
is
actually release it.
what's coming out is way better than what they want.
Yes, I think so.
What is that, Christian?
So yeah, what is that that's coming out, that that secret project thing? T-Bone, you might want to put the locks on your chair.
No, I think if you have beautiful weather there in Vancouver Split, I think you can see him pass overhead in like a couple of hours or something.
He got a plane ticket.
About.
He's got a plane ticket.
Yeah.
He's coming my way.
Yeah. Here's Johnny.
Hey, that's always been my thing. I'm gonna try to get as much as I can, but I always do say, keep in mind, guys, everything that is said here is because we all love the game, and it's nice to be able to hear the devs joke and have fun. And there is no set date to these things, right? So there's no set time. It's the love of the game, right?
Yeah.
As long as we can preserve that, and we've been doing that now for, isn't it gonna be crazy? October, 4 years, Christian.
Yeah.
That's nuts. 4 years. Like,
Yeah.
like, here we are.
Yeah. It's a lovely abusive relationship.
Yes.
I like also how we have the most broken paver and truck ever, and we just keep using it on stream.
Oh, absolutely. It's the only way things get fixed around here. Didn't you know?
Yeah, apparently.
Like them
And
controls.
This is how well media train. Yeah. If we would actually been had publishers, this would have been a 2-hour meeting with the reprimands. That I'm actually playing with this at all.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. And then I would get an email going, all right, we need to cease and desist on that stream, and you need to recant everything, and it was not official, and you are now being fined. Like, huh?
Yeah, and that was a beta release, so nothing was actually.
Yeah, it's like it is nice, and like I said, I think the fans appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like you honestly don't get this at all anymore. Like this used to kind of be gaming when YouTube and between creators and devs, it used to kind of be a little bit, and then all of a sudden the publishers were like, absolutely not. We can't allow people to know the truth. And I feel it's more personal this way. It really is. More personal. How do you guys feel about it, chat?
I'm mostly just using it to be able to collect as much information about large multiplayer sessions as possible.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. That's what me and Grumpy were talking about. It's a great opportunity to see large multiplayer sessions and how it actually feels and what you need to tweak back or pull back on. We've gained a lot of data on the big multiplayer sessions, having you in and playing from the.
Yeah.
Remember the original Bug Hunt podcast when multiplayer first came out? Oh, it was chaos.
Yeah.
But you guys learned a lot, and in less than a week, you guys got most of that stuff fixed.
Yeah.
That's good. Let's get some more questions out there, guys. I mean, this guy's sick. He's been here now for 2 hours chatting. We did kind of talk about possibly this was just kind of like a hangout, show the new thing, a couple questions out there, more just a chill vibe. That there would be a frequency of the podcast, maybe a little bit more. I've been getting that question a lot lately. Like, I know you guys have been getting like a new roadmap, possibly readjusting the roadmap. Things like that, kind of, where we didn't really go into that today. So, maybe a time where we can sit down and give you a little time to prepare some more material, maybe a sneak peek, things like that, where it's not so all about this update type of thing.
No, you're just gaslighting me into things that I didn't actually promise. I don't
a
know,
little
to be
bit.
honest. Yeah. Not falling for that one. No, but I don't know, to be honest. We can definitely do more podcasts, but I wouldn't put my money on like the roadmap. I think will stay the way it is until a certain point, where we will just rip that clean out of the.
Yeah, I feel you. No, yeah, I feel you for sure. It's definitely you guys are kind of in a weird spot, right? You have the roadmap out there. You
Yeah.
got a billion questions about the roadmap. You're also trying to be a little bit more secretive on what you're doing now, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, while we talk about these things coming out, it can also kick you in the butt a little bit, because then people build up this crazy expectation for things and may not be what they're expecting, and then they build up this rage about it. I mean, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the reason we are being secretive about it is that if this doesn't work, then we have to keep silent about it, because like otherwise it's gonna be, well, where didn't that come? Like, why? So that's why we have to be a bit secretive about it.
Well,
Which
Christian,
perhaps
you can tell us. We'll never tell anybody.
I hate that when people send that to me, dude. I hate that when people send that to me, dude.
Yeah.
You can just tell me. I won't tell anybody. I promise I won't tell anybody.
Yeah.
I get that all the time.
Steve-O, you can tell me I have access to the map.
No, yeah, it's no, yeah, for sure. No, because I know we said on the last podcast, Christian, about like you guys possibly revamping the roadmap to 2026. So that was more of a response to the last podcast. So, but that's fully understandable, not wanting to redo the thing, because there's still things on there that you're doing. Mainly just, you know, since you guys are putting trains kind of on the back burner, and those maybe putting like a new little picture like with an X through them saying like, okay, these are postponed or something. Right. I think that's maybe to help with a little bit of the confusion, is more along the lines of where I was going.
Yeah, we should definitely try and be more
a little more up to date on that.
Like even the discussion we had today, where like we have to try to be more communicate. Oh, for fuck's sake, I can't even say the word. We had to communicate better. But I'm guessing the problem is that we're all introverts as well, so we try not to we just want to sit in our little corner and just prod along and work on the game. But I think we're getting to a point where the Friday news is doing more hurt than it actually helps.
I think I would agree. I mean, you know my opinion on it. I would agree.
Yeah.
I think we've seen more. Yeah. I think the Discord community appreciates it, but I also think that it also brings a lot more hatred towards, well, you aren't doing this type of mentality, and it's a shame. It's a bummer, but it's also hard development wise, because if you say something that you can't deliver, you automatically create anger, right? So
yeah. And like sometimes you have a week where it's just testing. And like, what am I supposed to write here except we're testing?
Yeah.
And like, does the update come out next week? Well, that depends on the testing. Did the things work? Who knows?
It's hard not to find something to try to hype up as well. So
yes.
Yeah.
It makes it easy for you to leak something or say something before you actually get it totally ready, and then you're stuck with, well, I need to try to deliver this thing. It's not really working.
Yeah.
And that's very difficult from my end too, because I always put testing before hyping, and You know,
No.
then you look at it from the dev standpoint, how hard that is just to produce a Friday news, right? It's like, oh, okay, now am I just trying to appease something that I shouldn't be doing?
Yeah.
Like before every update, we would do the same cadence, right? And that's why I've been asking people, like, how do you guys feel about it? How do you guys feel about it as the devs, you know, doing this and, you know, how has it changed over the years? You know, where to and how to, you know, show people when it's, I think it's more appropriate to show it when it's actually fully working almost, right? When it's like weeks away.
Yeah, and like for instance, this update, if I could have skipped the time that I had to spend on all the Friday news, either the update would have been out way sooner, or we could have actually got the paver to work correctly, or something like that. Because believe it or not, we are not that really writers, so making that Friday news actually takes an awful lot of time, for me at least. So yeah.
Yeah, from a tester standpoint, it definitely seems like you guys are scratching for information to put in there, right? Unless it's like a huge, okay, here we go, right? We have something now.
Yeah, but usually there's like, it would be enough with one every update.
Yeah.
Because it isn't like, yeah, we're updating the excavator this update. Okay, yeah. Oh, sorry. So you're basically just writing that again and again in 400 different ways until it's actually time for a beta.
We have a question up on deck here. I don't know if you want to answer that, or I don't know how to get it up there.
How goes the journey to UE5 migration? It's trotting along. That is not a secret project. We want to get the secret project going before we start to move to Unreal 5. And believe us when we say we're hyped for Unreal 5, but there's things there that isn't rendered yet, and then it makes no sense for us to just first and foremost, we have to basically get the Friday news stuff solved before we start migrating as well, or before we start to get deep into migrating, because this won't be a swift process to migrate a game to Unreal 5, because we will want to rework stuff in 5 as well. And there will be a lot of stuff that will need tweaking and stuff like that.
Grumpy, do you want to take this question here? Give one to Grumpy.
Okay, yes. That has to do with basically the speed at which your computer is going to... It has to do with thread blocking. So if they don't send back an acknowledgement quick enough to the host that it's still alive, the connection gets dropped. So what async loading does is it allows them to continue loading on the client, but also get the keep alive message back to the host. So basically it keeps you from disconnecting before you get fully loaded as a client. I guess that's a good way to put it. Hopefully that's clear as mud.
Hey, better than I was going to explain. I was going to say potato computer 1 sends information to potato computer number 2, and somehow information's not lost in between.
Only worries we have for the UE5 migration is a performance hit on 5. Yes, this is one of our worries as well, which is why we're not rushing into it. We have to... It has to be an improvement. We can't just block people that that have bought the game, because that's essentially what we're doing if we migrate now to Unreal 5. Is that the people that have bought the game won't be able to play it, which I don't think is a very nice thing to do. If that makes sense.
Mainly you don't want to push Generation 2 or even potentially Generation 3 graphics cards out of the thing, because right now Generation 1, 2 can play this game at the moment, kind of in a nutshell.
Yeah.
If you rush into it too fast without having all the right performance settings, you can actually add a feature in Unreal 5 that's not available in Unreal 4.27 that will block a massive amount of people that just can't play the game anymore.
Yeah, it will just say, good luck, get a new graphics card when you fire up the game, which is, I don't think, a great way to deal with customers that has happily bought the game.
Eventually you'll kind of have to, but that's where we talk about the thing earlier, where do you finally eventually go, okay, it's time to build a new game, and because there's new technology out and it's been, like 5 to 10 years, right? Okay, we gotta finally make a new game, guys. We gotta want to use all this technology, right? Right, like eventually that does happen. But I think that your response to that was good, because yeah, it may eliminate. I talked to a lot of players today actually before stream. They were talking to me like, oh hey, I lag really bad now all of a sudden, but then you look at first thing is, what are your computer specs? And it's like, okay, well, naturally the game is progressing, and things might be tweaked here and there, or it might be an issue that needs to be resolved. So hang tight, it is beta.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a beta, and I see it as well that we have a bit of a performance hit. But
Yes.
We have added a ton of different things to like solve caching and like load in faster. And once we get the reports in and see like where the bottleneck is, we can usually always solve that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed a little bit of I've noticed the performance hit as well today too.
Yeah.
Like with this many players on, anything like we were doing a majority of our testing with about 3 players at most. Beautiful. Yeah. But anything past that, it seemed like it got a little bit more. But one thing I do notice is I'm not seeing players jumping around as bad with big, large pings, but certain things are kind of, the tweaking will need to be.
Yeah.
One thing that a lot of people have to think about too is, okay, now they're trying to use 4 Dozers at once, and they're saying, well, performance is bad. Well, you couldn't use 2 Dozers before.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
performance is bad.
Yeah,
So
true.
it's still a big improvement.
Yeah.
Where you could only use 1, barely.
Yeah. And then we always have like, this is a bit like creating a reverse Jenga tower, where like you pile a ton of stuff on top of each other, and you're like, oh, this actually works. Like when you stack functions and things like that, and when you see that, oh, this works and this is what we're gonna use, then you can then like, and you see that the community is happy with the way that the Dozer like behaves, then you can start to optimize it. Because there's no point for us to actually start to optimize and like put down like a month of optimizing on something that the community will just go like, oh, that was crap, please rework. Because that's a waste of time, to be honest.
Yeah, because sometimes tuning something maybe not just simple number changes, but tuning a system you guys designed for instance, like the new Dozers. You may have to make fundamental changes to the system you guys put into place for the new Dozer. And that's just not just a number change from the old Dozer. That's a fundamental change in how the game works.
Also, too, I see a lot of people in the thing talking about GPU utilization. It's actually not the GPU that's causing the problem. It's actually the CPU and the memory and how much information has to be cached between the voxel world and everything else that's going on. This game is way more CPU intensive than GPU intensive, actually.
Yeah.
So where a lot of you guys have been saying, oh, my game's broken, it doesn't work, it's lagging, it's because you've maxed out on your save or whatnot, the amount that the game can actually handle on the CPU load and memory transfer rate, right? So that's a huge thing that it's a misconception there.
Yeah, and if we could simply just like switch it to GPU instead, we would have.
Oh yeah, if you could
But
switch the
it's
calculation
one of those-
load, it'd be, but you can't. That's the sad thing with certain things you guys have to
Yeah.
use, right? Like, so
Yeah. Yeah, and certain tools as well is like, okay, we need to have this on the GPU, and then like, oh yeah, we're gonna fix that. I'm like, okay, perfect. And then there goes 6 months, and you're like, okay, have you fixed this? No, not yet, but we're going to. Okay. Do we
Yeah,
wait, or do we try to solve this ourselves?
we won't name any names or anything.
No, but yeah.
Yeah, we won't name names or nothing, you know. But damn.
But we both know who we're talking about.
Yup. But yeah, no, I mean, there's yeah, I mean, it's the GPU is set up pretty good. I had to go through a lot of the GPU stuff with them for the release of the baggers. And I can definitely guarantee you it's not on the GPU side, for sure. Yeah, no. That's yes, the game is using multiple cores now. A lot, actually, up to, I think you have it at 8. Can use up to 8.
Yeah,
in multi-threading.
The
and
8's
stuff.
actually a limit of that tool.
Yeah.
I think it's actually their internal limit. So
yeah.
But at least now that's kind of automatically set versus
yeah,
they manually set it, which is good.
yeah.
And pretty much to extend on what Christian was saying, some things are completely out of their control. They do not have control over certain things that they're using, proprietary things, and this is just the way the industry is done. For them to change what they have, it would be, in a sense, kind of breaking their. How did you put that? You're breaking their product, and
yeah, we would break the license agreement if
yes,
we started to fiddle with stuff. Think of it a bit like warranty on a car. If you start to fiddle with the engine yourself, then you're shit out of luck when they see it. What about the man lift now that you can't stand on drones?
Oh.
The man lift is coming.
That was my response to the hate. I was like, it's kind of obvious why you guys took that out.
Yeah. And then, like, the question might be, why did you remove it before we got the man lifts? Well, we went through. One guy had a couple of days where he couldn't actually continue on what he was working on. And then I was like, oh, well, just go through all the drone issues and fix them up. And then that went away with it. So that's the reason why it happened in that order.
You can have no drone bug fixes, or you can be standing on a drone. So there you go.
but it was one of the
Yeah, it needs
just
to be done.
drones.
So it gets done. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like get these issues out of the pipeline, so we don't have to deal with them anymore.
It's an elimination process, you know.
Yeah.
What's important at the time, or is it there working on it? Like, that's one thing I've learned as a player is, you know, I mean, my suggestions is, could it fit here, and could it amplify what we have, and is it even worth talking about right now in a type of situation?
Yeah.
I mean, let's say, look, for instance, like say, we joke about the I just had a complete brain fart.
Okay, you're old, Grumpy. We understand.
Yeah, don't worry.
It's been a long couple weeks.
Cruise control.
Yeah.
So we talk about we just kind of joke about cruise control. Whenever they're working in the right part of the code to add cruise control, then that's probably when they'll add cruise control. To dive into that section when they're working on everything else just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And the gearbox part is also my part of the code, so nobody's they're allowed to touch it, but they're afraid of touching it because it looks like spaghetti. So I had to clean that up quite a bit to actually get somebody to look at it.
He's like,
Because
don't look under the bed. Do not look under the bed when the mom comes into the room and you're supposed to clean it. Don't look under there.
Yeah. Yeah, but like it was one of those as well where like this works, so don't touch it. Or this kind of works, so don't touch it.
No, you guys have completely removed that whole bench. Good job, especially with the 500s. How many guys in the chat right now love the new 1X power input to the belts? We'll go back to the Friday news for a second. That's what's confused a lot of people the most is I thought this was like a power update. And then it turned into like a Dozer update. And then it turned into like a Dozer grader update.
Yeah. But like we started it out as a power update, and then the power update didn't really make sense. So we're like, okay, that didn't work. Which is also one of the dangers with the Friday news. We have to hold one update because one of the parts are missing or something.
It fundamentally would have broke the gameplay that many people love. If I'll just elaborate a little bit. But now that we're past all that, I guess, right? That's all past. I won't go into full detail, but
yeah, but it looked good on paper, but didn't make sense when it actually got fleshed out.
Yeah. But I think your guys' twist on what was originally there with the new like lights and the 1X power input was a definite the straight input there was a really nice compromise. And as well as the the hopper performance issues and just the overall windmill farm spaghetti and things like that, right?
I mean, without getting into it, my hope is I see this change as getting people to change how they build plants, so that now when the next at least where I can foresee you guys going, and of course this is totally my thoughts on where you guys are going, makes more sense. Now whether that comes along or not, who knows? But I can see the logical progression of where you guys are.
Yeah, it makes more sense seeing the stackable power in line like this.
Yeah, and I also like the idea that you can add power to the conveyors anywhere along the line. You don't have to do it at the start.
Yeah.
Or the end or whatever.
The beginning one doesn't even need power. Most people don't understand that. They don't know that the power input that changes the speed. So say you stick a 10x on there, you don't even need to put power to that. You just put power to the system as a whole through the straight conveyor lines, which is a game changer. It's big time.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that little plant technically has no power input besides the straight one.
Yeah. Right here on this plant, it doesn't. So you look at the hopper, it doesn't have a. We're only running this plant at 1x, right? So, because just for kind of like role play purposes of the little scenario that we have set up here today to kind of show how the dozer can push material to like a pay pile, etc. The rock trucks dump better. We're actually showing you guys a lot of things that detail this new update. So But just because the belt says, hold on, that might actually be a typo, isn't it? 1 second here. We all know about them typos.
We don't recognize typos.
No, it says power efficiency 1x. Most people are tying that to speed, when that's not really the case, right? So that just means you can connect one power line to it, not its actual speed. So a lot of people are like, make it 10x. You don't need a 10x. You just need a 10x attached to your system somewhere, right?
Yep.
To kind of like go into a little bit more detail on that, because a few people have been a little confused. So as long as you have a 10x, say if we wanted to ramp this plane up to 10x right now, I would just snap a 10x to the hopper. Can we shed light on the underground stuff coming soon? The quick thing you said there was what, the drill stuff like that coming? There's a couple drill things. I think that's about all you said.
Yeah, drill things and jumbo stuff. And is there any more words for the same piece of equipment?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Isn't that the same piece of equipment?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You gotta use the same word for many different things to make it seem like they're getting a lot, so they stop raging.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Yes. I'm just being annoying to Scott.
How much have you paid to get all these questions about underground stuff, Scott? How much does this cost you?
Yeah, where's my $400 dono, bro, to flood my chat all day? Gosh.
Sounds Lisa like a 50 sub.
Christian needs coffee, bro. Come on, man.
He's probably sitting there in his Discord with a bunch of people saying, you ask that now, you ask that now.
Okay, we're going to coordinate the attack.
I think it's, Ricochet, I think you might get a performance review after this, where you can't actually hold off how many are we.
I think your PayPal got a lot bigger real quick.
Yeah.
I just noticed the PayPal went from nothing to just...
Scott, oh wait, I'm gonna highlight this.
I can take over. Oh no, Rick's taking over. Oh, sorry. I was missing the joke. I'm slow on the uptake.
I mean, Scott, if you, I can send you an invoice. That's no issue whatsoever.
$10,000.
As long as you keep funding it, like I'm super happy to build the most elaborate sim ever. That's no issue whatsoever.
What do you charge an hour? 1,000?
Oh, when it's Scott we're talking about, it's like the sky's the limit. Nah, but like the underground update is coming, but it has to make sense for when we do it. There are certain things that the underground needs to be able to make sense, and we want to add them before we start to.
Just roleplay a little harder like everybody else. Come on. Damn, I'm gonna have to add a block list to my chat for when it says underground.
Yeah. I'm gonna start timing people out. Word underground.
Underground, you just can't even type it. It just says no. Like, nope, message could not be sent.
But not today.
They're never happy. Now, what else? What other questions we got here? Is there any other stuff like that? Don't want to keep it too long today, unless you're having fun. See what else we. I'm just looking at their Discord and seeing how many are in there and just skipping right past their questions. Keep asking them the same thing over and over. I
Or is
see
it
you, noobs.
60?
I see you, noobs. You can't hide from me.
There are
Christian got
plans
inverted
to add
with
some
the-
remote control to the
Seriously,
plant.
guys, let's
Oh.
keep it under control. But I mean, he said what he wanted to say about it. So
Yeah, honestly, it is kind of like you guys are getting a little out of control. Like he already said it. You're what you're doing. You're spamming everybody else's questions off the list, and that's not fair. So you're actually making us miss everybody else's questions because you guys keep spamming the same question over and over again.
yeah, it's you're going to start getting timed out. Seriously.
Maybe make it so that the equipment can have physical damage. I don't think physical damage, but we're definitely gonna add like damage systems that we can repair stuff.
Yeah, changing the words for the same thing is going to get you timed out even longer.
Oh, where did the good question go?
It got
What
bumped
are
off.
you
That's what we're
most
talking
excited-
about.
No. What are you most excited about working on? Ooh. I think it's the new repair system. I keep dreaming about that and never getting to it. But one day we will have that. Any plans to add stripping shovels such as the silver spade? Yeah, I think so. We actually have quite a good bit of reference stuff on like really cool stuff that we want to add as well. But that is coming slowly but surely.
Here's an error sequence.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Good one right there.
Oh, we're getting strong paint.
Sorry.
I think that's to do with the upcoming repair system. Or upcoming, that's not the correct word for it. You just heard me say that I dream about it but never get to it. So upcoming is not the correct word for it.
What you could actually have is this could be a new feature, right? Epoxy paint.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a million like,
Yeah, I
easy
know.
stuff. One of the reasons I keep dreaming about this is because the repair system will be so easy to make compared to like the Dozer pushing and stuff like that.
Yeah, but then you get sidetracked on something easy like that, and then you never get the really hard things that really are going to make the game.
Yeah, we need the
Next
hard
level.
things to make the game playable, like enjoyable. So
Yeah, that's honestly mad respect for that, honestly.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to tackle, right? I mean, I think a quick band-aid fix would be just up the duration, I guess, until that change. I mean, maybe possibly how long it takes to decay. I think that's more along the lines of what people are like. It just decays too fast.
yeah. Yeah, and it should perhaps decay like a little bit quickly and then not decay as fast.
No, we did not delete anybody's comments, but you're about to get timed out.
Anyways, move on from that.
Mm.
It's hard to read other people's questions when you, like I said, I'll say it one more time. It's hard to read other people's questions and get questions. Christian's trying to enjoy playing the game. We've seen about 10 million underground comments from the same people and stuff like that. Like, you guys gotta chill. Like,
And we're not talking about Scott being the guy spamming the question. Oh no, we're not moving. We're moving Scott's question.
And Scott having underground requests is beginning to be a bit like, oh, well, like a Looney Tunes thing.
Well, it's from the same community, I'll be honest. It's from the same community, and I already got a bunch of reports from people saying, would you guys just cut down the amount of people spamming the same questions about underground? To be honest here, we're here to have fun and not take over the complete thing from one community or another. That's not cool, guys. I'll make a general statement about it. It's not cool.
Yeah. We pick on Scott about it, but, you know, it's not necessarily Scott doing it, so...
Like, it got so bad to the point during the podcast here that I couldn't scroll back to find other people's valid questions, and Christian already answered your guys' questions about the underground stuff like 2 or 3 times over. So, you know, there's a lot of people that want to get their questions answered and feel like they couldn't because of these people doing this. Please be respectful to other people's time and stuff like that, guys. That's all I ask.
Not saying it...
Let's
Scott,
move on.
You're missing the point we're just saying.
Can oil refinery be reworked so we could produce our own for our vehicles?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, Rick, performance review.
Yeah. No, but
We need better rock.
Do I remember this correct? I remember it correctly, but can't you produce fuel? You just can't use it in the vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use it something like that, but you can't use it in the vehicles. That's why I
So it's not really it's not really a refinery issue, it's a vehicle thing. That it's one of those where you rework one thing and the other one doesn't. The sort of the thing it connects to doesn't get a rework until later.
And a great thing to send a report about, actually. The prime example of a good report, right? So might actually need to roll out on that pad there a little bit, Rick, and move that pay pile up there that they pushed up so high.
I wanted to see if I could push it until
Might have to get the long reach excavator out.
I think Rick, I think Christian's trying to ruin your review.
Yeah, he's trying to bamboozle you, bro. You need to get into a dozer and fight back.
I'm going after your job.
Maybe a temporary fix to the fueling thing, Christian, is being able to have a separate fuel thing that you could fill up using the fuel, right? And then people could fuel the truck from it or whatever, versus the one that's just takes it from money.
Yeah.
Here's a question for T-Man. How about an item placeholder mechanic for storage containers?
I don't understand that question.
That's why I highlighted it, so we can get a little information. I think he's referring to maybe like at maybe at the top of the container you can put an item in it and like say, hey, this is what I want. I'm not sure. He can elaborate on that a little bit. That's why I highlighted it.
Yeah, write something down.
You're talking about storage containers as in the conveyor system, or the storage container as in the placeholder one for just storing stuff?
Yeah.
Automation of sorting, or maybe like a sign.
Okay, so basically lock that slot to that item only.
Those rocks are little landmines for Rick.
I know, that's why I put them there today. See these guys' patience with the excavator.
Mm. We actually have, like, for this, any plans to make a placeable plan for the people. I'm difficulty figuring. Oh, Jesus Christ. Figuring them out. In a way. In a way. Mm. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna add to that. It's coming in some form, shape, or form. Sometime. Oh shit. Oh, I highlighted the wrong one. Any plans for a helicopter flying around the mountains? Yeah. Since we have the drone, we already have the flying stuff, and we have the heli bringing in the vehicles, so I don't think it's too far-fetched.
Be a helicopter pilot like those YouTube shorts. Okay, we're coming in. Do you want a fast drop or do you want a hot drop? Like, how do you want this thing delivered? Coming in, boys.
Yeah. No, but like they do use the helicopters for prospecting as well, and just delivering stuff. So, I mean, it isn't. It's closer to a mining company than a rally car, though. So.
Bigger bed. Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh, don't worry, Schultz. They've just put the bedding in the truck bed of the 500.
Oh, there you go.
I think you tend to call us fat.
Yeah.
We get Werthers in the ground. We need bigger beds.
Yeah, Christian, can we get a California king bed?
Yeah.
There's a great idea. Werther's is a like a coffee add-on or something, right? You have coffee and you have Werther's. Yeah, different boost for the player. No.
Yeah, like if we added like a food meter or energy bar or something like that. Like the steam forum would
Please.
it would just ignite, like
Oh,
if we added like sim stuff to the game now and like announce like, oh, we're gonna drop the excavator update for the sim stuff. I actually think we would get a call from Gabe Newell about the Steam forum servers being on fire.
How many times
Probably.
we gotta spam that? Yeah, I'm loving that you guys are able to push all that material now over here. Little bit of performance hit though. There's a little bit of a performance hiccup, so.
Yeah.
no, the food meter stuff, guys, is kind of a meme from multiple years of saying no.
Yeah, it's a.
Yeah.
I think Christian quoted it as, "If I wanted to build a survival game, I'd build a survival game."
Yeah.
You guys are pushing all the
Uh,
material over here. Yeah.
He's kind of covered the licensed equipment DLC thing before to you guys lots of number of times, but quickly it's just simply it doesn't make sense economics wise. It takes a tremendous amount of time to get people to allow you to even do that. So
Yeah, it's been covered quite a bit. But thank you very much, Ruby, for the speed round.
yeah,
Let's get some other questions in here, guys, and let's start wrapping this up for the day. Normally we keep them a certain time. It's good to see Christian having fun pushing some dirt. but we preserve his voice as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys' comments got spammed off the screen by other people, but you know, we can't have nice things.
But that being said, it is nice to see a certain area of the community getting some attention. That's not a bad thing, but you just have to not go crazy about it.
No problem, Jim, man. Yeah, like I said, it's always great to have Christian on, especially when these updates hit, and kind of just chat about it, right? Chat about the state of the game, you know, BS, all those great things, right? It's like I've had a blast doing this for the last 3 years plus. It's been awesome connecting to the mining fans out there, from, you know, my original start with the games I was playing, you know, mining simulators and stuff like that. It's been very refreshing to have a game that is vast as Out of War. A lot of content that I'm able to create as a content creator over the years. The amount of people we've been able to meet and talk to, different styles of gameplay. It's been good to see the game progress from where it started to, I mean, it was unplayable in most aspects. So now we're moving massive amounts of material with a bunch of people online playing, and
Yeah.
we tried. Here we go. This is a good one. I tried, Schultz. I tried. We tried to get Debo.
I tried to get another dev as well, but he wasn't either available.
Oh,
That's okay. We
yeah.
had him one day.
I think he actually slipped up and answered the question about the dirty socks. He said it was him, did he not?
No, you still didn't quite think so.
No.
I think he said it was him. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that.
There's two things people wanted from this podcast today: the damn dirty socks and what's the secret project. I know that's weird. That's so weird to say, but that's. Here we go. Here's one. We'll bang out some more questions here for you guys.
Then I'll answer one quickly. It wasn't T-Bone, actually.
Oh. Mods and map editor.
Mods is coming. Map editor is further down the road.
My question is do we need a map editor? I think we are all map editors at the moment anyway. Are we not?
Yeah, we are the map editors as the players.
Yeah.
Literally the game.
Yeah. Just send a huge shout out for the NMC. Yeah, dude, these guys are amazing, dudes. These guys have been great. We've gotten that question a lot about the coal map, I guess. How the dirt is kind of weird on the DLC map.
What's weird about that?
The grass layer
Nothing
goes
else.
down infinitely. There's nothing else. It's just infinite grass layer.
That might be an oversight somewhere. Because
I think it just got
grass
pushed.
going.
Yeah, something messed up with the layers.
Yeah.
But will it always be dirt? I guess is the real question. I mean, even if you fix the grass thing, is it always going to be dirt and coal kind of question?
Yeah. The intention is that it will always be dirt and coal, because otherwise that map would be so insanely overpowered. If you can just plonk down the bagger and then just get at it.
Yeah. So there we go. We kind of have an answer to that question.
Yeah, because it's the only map you can it's the only map where you can actually fit one bagger for each player and just go to town with it. And then well, imagine the performance hit on that. So yeah.
Yeah, that was my understanding is that the map was just for players that were new and didn't maybe have a save to play with the baggers, but wanted the experience of having like a somewhat of a pit made. That was kind of my interpretation of it.
It's more to just get the full feeling of the baggers.
It's not really meant to be
Like what
played on like forever like the
No.
old maps. Yeah, it's kind of
No.
that's how I saw it anyways. I don't aim me for or not.
It was aimed for that and then just something different because it's so easy to just make the same thing over and over again.
Here's a question. Anonymous Strux. Follow me, sis. Like that.
I don't know. Perhaps it would be fun to play with.
Be a fun little thing to. It'd be a fun little thing to. Yeah.
Add.
To kind of like, you know, I mean, even from your guys' standpoint, because that's something a little different than you guys have worked on, I think. So.
Yeah,
You know,
I actually think I think somewhere in my shelves, in my digital shelves, I actually have something we traded. I think with some mining company, we actually traded a couple of models for the autonomous software they used in the trucks, in the real mining trucks.
Ooh. Wasey's just pushing.
I don't know.
All right, well, we should probably wrap that up here today, guys. I think that was there was quite a few questions that were a thing. Like I said, if they missed any questions or your questions were spammed off the page, there's always the NMC Discord. You guys can feel free to go into there and ask. There's also a suggestions page, guys. They're all in there, right? So after a while of doing these frequently, that's why we don't hold the podcast very frequently because, you know, they can only build the game so fast, right? So there's only so much stuff that they can talk about. Maybe we'll do them a little bit more. We're skipping every other update or skipping, you know, 2, 3, 4 updates come out. Then we'll do one. We'll talk about the frequency and when it's appropriate to bring you guys this style of stuff. But I think as far as the showcases go, I think it might be same thing going on till whatever. But yeah, we keep doing it. So hopefully you guys appreciated this last couple days and getting in, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the update. Spam what you guys think about in the chat as we're heading on out here, dude. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, everybody that came into play today. I know it was a very short thing. We're very busy leading right up into the last minute of getting this thing pushed out, and Christian getting it pushed out, and then us getting in and hanging out and chatting with you guys and everything. Appreciate you guys for your time, as always.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem, man. Anytime. And chat, thank you guys very much, like I said, for being here and supporting the game, supporting the developers. Like honestly, thank you guys for showing up to Out of War. It's a very special game to a lot of us in many different ways. And let's keep supporting the team and keep doing a great job at reporting the bugs and getting it going on. But other than that, dudes, have a great rest of your weekend and playing the game. And we'll get some more content for you guys going on later today. I think I'm streaming. I have no clue at this point. No clue. We'll figure something out. I'll talk to you guys in Discord. Anyways, guys, much love. Peace out. Take it easy and have fun.
Bye, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Rolling out for the night. Thanks for watching, fam. You keep the crew alive. If you like the stream, then go tell a friend. Hit that share button, run it back again. Engines roar, coal ignite. We tear through the dirt till the end of the night. Smash that like, let the whole world know we're building this up. While the energy grows from the dirt to the screen. Smash that subscribe button. Let's go. We are dirt nerds. Thanks for watching. Till the next stream. Thanks for watching. Till the next stream.